Welcome to Category Visionaries, the show dedicated to exploring exciting visions for the future from the founders who are on the front lines building it. In each episode, we'll speak with a visionary founder who's building a new category or reimagining an existing one. We'll learn about the problem they solve, how their technology works, and unpack their vision for the future. I'm your host, Brett Stapper, CEO of Frontlines Media. Now let's dive right into today's episode. Hey everyone, and thanks for listening. Today I'm speaking with Tim Kraska, chairman and founder of Einblick, a visual data computing platform that's raised $6 million in funding. Tim, thanks for chatting with me today.
Thanks, Brett, for having me here.
Yeah, no problem. So before we begin talking about what you're building at Einblick, let's start with a quick summary of who you are and a bit about your background.
Sure. So I'm Tim Kraska. I'm a professor at MIT and one of the co-founders of Einblick. Einblick came out of a research project which we were originally doing at Brown University. Started like almost 10 years ago. And yeah, we have been developing it for a long time. And like 2 years ago, we decided to finally spin it out as a company.
Very cool. And to dive into Einblick, in simple terms, what problem are you solving and who are you solving that problem for?
Yes. So Einblick, the original research project was actually motivated like through the appearance of this like large interactive whiteboards, which we saw coming on the market. For example, the Microsoft Surface Hub, the Google Jamboard, Samsung Flip. So all of these were like solutions essentially for video conferencing. So you had this like large touchable TV you put in a conference room so that you can have a shared whiteboard between different locations. And when we saw these like new devices appearing on the market, we were wondering like, what else could they do? So they were really back in the days just used as like shared whiteboard app. And we wanted to create like a different environment where people can actually explore a data set on the fly using one of these like large interactive screens as a team, right? So that you can bring the data scientists, the business people, potentially managers all together in a room and make discoveries on the fly, discuss problems, come up with solutions right on the spot, instead of having like a meeting where then after the data scientist wanders off and comes back a month later with some solution which probably wasn't the right thing in the first place. So we created this original prototype, particularly for like these touch devices. And then, of course, like during the years, it changed quite a bit. Particularly during the pandemic, people were not meeting in person anymore. So we changed the entire front end again to be completely web-based. And like still the spirit is the same, that we bring people together to work on problems. But now it's like all in remote locations using the browser, and we have a very unique like solution to it on how people in different locations can collaborate on a problem and create like data solutions on the fly.
Very cool. And are these data science teams that are normally using the product, or who's the core user?
We mainly work with data science teams, particularly the ones which like work closely with like other like business units together, because it provides them one platform to have a discussion on actually a data problem. And so often it's like the data science teams use our product. Sometimes we also have like people using like Einblick immediately in the business units. So like if you are like, let's say a data savvy person, so like your main job is something else, like maybe you're a production manager, but you often want to analyze the data you have to make decisions which are important to you. We also have those use cases, but prominently often data scientists are using us.
Got it. And how do they go about solving the problem that you solve currently? Are they just living with that problem? Is there like a legacy tool that you guys are disrupting? What does that look like?
So actually, like some companies come up with very unique solutions to our problems. Like, for example, like most data scientists actually use Jupyter notebooks or similar things. Like they just have their Python environments. And then they create some plots and some final results. And then they're shared either as like PowerPoint slides, or in some cases, what we saw is that they took like screenshots of their results and then posted them into tools like Miro or Figma. Right? So like because Miro and Figma are these like more infinite canvas collaboration tools where several people can look at the result, comment on it, and so on. And so they were using those combined with Python notebooks in order to create a collaborative environment and actually discuss solutions. In the moment they saw our tool, they were just saying like, oh, wow, this is like exactly what we wanted. And then we provide a bunch of like additional features on top of it, which you normally don't find in other platforms. For example, like our entire system is based on a progressive approximation engine, which guarantees that regardless of your data size and regardless of the complexity of your operation, everything stays interactive. So you always get a very quick first result, which is approximate, but it appears in like milliseconds. And then in the background, you refine the result until it eventually is created over the entire data set. And because of that, you can now actually create plots on the fly without waiting, which again enables that people actually try out things very quickly during a meeting, which wasn't possible before. And for those use cases, there's no alternative right now.
Got it. Interesting. And what about market categories? Is visual data computing a category, or how do you think about market categories?
Yeah, we really think about it as just like it's a new category because like it's in a space which we again has capabilities we don't see other tools really have. If you really want to pick something which comes like close, it's probably like these visual workflow engines like Alteryx, K9. There are a few of them. However, what they lack is normally this like collaborative environment we provide, as well as the visualization capabilities we provide. So I best always describe our platform as a combination of like a workflow engine where you can create complex like data operations and connect them together in a visual way, combined with a visualization tool like Tableau or Click, where you can just plot something on the fly, combined with all the best capabilities of like Python notebooks, because we are like a no-code environment, but we allow you to seamlessly switch between no-code operations and code operations. So you get like all the flexibility of Python notebooks when you need them. But then at the same time, we also have like all these like visual operators for you so that you don't have to code if it's just like the standard stuff you have to do. And then on top of it, we add all these like collaboration features you find in like tools like Miro or Figma. And so this combination of these like 4 different things actually makes up Einblick.
Got it. Interesting. And it looks like you did the spin out in 2020 and have raised $6 million in funding so far. How much traction do you have today that you're comfortable with sharing?
Yeah, like we actually raised a little bit more money in the meantime, which we haven't publicized yet. But overall, like we are signing customers and like it's actually going very well. So we also recently launched our freemium offering, meaning that like if you go to our website, einblick.ai, you can just sign up and immediately use it. And there will always be a free version. So there are no limitations set on it in the sense of like that it will eventually expire. And then, of course, in the moment you need like certain enterprise features, you hopefully will pay us. But like we see constant signups on our freemium offering. We do enterprise deals. We have a bunch of like cloud-based deployments at large corporations, like from car manufacturers to big chemical like producers. So it's a wide range.
Very cool. And zooming out into the future, what do you think the future of visual data computing will look like as a category? And what role will Einblick play in shaping that future?
This is a great question. As you asked in the beginning, like who is the current main customer of Einblick? And I said like it's data scientists. And that's like at least right now definitely true. We start out with the data scientists because they are the ones which already work with data a lot. They're always looking for better solutions. So they come to us first. I think in the long run, there's this whole question around like, can we not like enable more people across the board, like really, particularly the domain experts in certain areas, to work with data by themselves? And maybe then they really run into problems and want to do more complex things that only then are data scientists for help. And I think like this is where the future will definitely go. It's just like that many companies want to be data driven. Mm-hmm. Right now, they don't have enough talent for it. So the question becomes like, how can we enable more people to do more with data on their own? And I think Einblick is like very well positioned to help with that because we have this capability of mixing no code with code operation, and which hopefully will be a big step towards this like end vision.
Amazing. Well, that vision certainly got me excited. I think that's all we're going to have time to cover for today. Before we wrap, if people want to follow along with the Einblick journey and potentially try one of those free trials, where's the best place for them to go?
The best thing is just go to our website. It's einblick.ai, so EINBLICK.ai. Just sign up. And yeah, there's a newsletter as well you can get from us. But like the best thing is probably just try out the demo and play around with the tool we have and let us know what you think.
Amazing. Well, thanks again. And we look forward to seeing you execute on this vision.
Thanks, Brett. Thanks for having me. Bye.
Keep in touch.